I don't read normal books. Plot is a primitive vulgarity in literature. Just as logic is a primitive vulgarity in philosophy. Just as melody is a primitive vulgarity in music. Now, a lot of things make me upset, but there are few things that piss me off more than pretentious retard, especially when it comes to art. I feel like modern art is just this breeding ground for the most stuck-up pieces of shit on the planet. So humor me, if you will, and join me in this journey of the worst examples of modern art. All right, let's start off with a basic one. I feel like everybody's heard of the fucking duct tape banana. Maurizio Cattelan just decided to duct tape a fucking banana to a wall and call it art. The name of the piece is called The Comedian, as if that's supposed to tell you anything about what it is. I mean, it's literally just a banana duct taped to a wall. It's not funny, it's not creative. Funnily enough, this guy Joe Morford actually sued Cattelan for copyright. Apparently back in 2004, he did a very similar thing with his piece called Banana and Orange, where he duct taped a banana and an orange to a wall. The judge couldn't find any evidence of copyright infringement, so no legal action was taken, even though he should have sentenced them both to a fucking firing squad. Some crypto fucker bought a duct-taped banana for $6.2 million, and then he just fucking ate it. And my issue with that isn't like, oh no, he destroyed this fantastic piece of art, because it's not. Especially coming from a guy who made his money from crypto. Establishing this piece of shit with a value of $6.2 million is a little fucking annoying to me. All right, we've got another classic. This one's called Take the Money and Run. So this artist, Jens Honning, was commissioned to create a piece of art with these two canvases for a very large sum of money. And in turn, he submitted 2 blank canvases, literally 2 white canvases. And he titled the piece, Take the Money and Run. I actually used to like this one, and then I just did a little bit of research. Turns out old Jens Honning is actually a bit of a cunt. Turns out Jen is a bit of a liar. I used to think that, like myself, Honning had this disdain for modern art, and it was just this $84,000 fuck you. But no, this guy turned a literal blank canvas into some virtue signaling statement of defiance against poor working conditions. If they are sitting there on some shit job and not getting money and are actually being asked to give money to go to work, they should take the money and run. You know, if I was in a position where I could submit 2 literally blank canvases and get paid $84,000, I'd shut the fuck up. All right, this next one takes us to the lovely San Francisco. San Francisco, the city of shit and homeless and syringes and death and more shit. There's a lot of shit in San Francisco. So these 2 kids, Kevin and TJ, went to the Museum of Modern Art in San Fran, and they were fucking bored. So they just decided to leave some of their stuff on the floor and see if people would think that it was art. And of course, people thought it was a fucking exhibit. They left their hat and glasses on the floor, and people were like taking pictures of it. They moved a fucking trash can. They just moved a trash can so it looked like it was on display, and people were like, oh, you see, it's actually depicting the futility of capitalism, and it's very, very deep if you think about it. I believe your primitive intellect couldn't understand such a complicated piece of art. I prefer to spend my nights watching Rick and Morty with a nice glass of red wine while my wife is in the other room getting fucked by a big black... It's really just an exacerbated metaphor of society's perpetual blindness to those cognitive of us. Hashtag art. All right, let's get specific. So, Sai Tuom Tum Swai Sai Kai Sai Tu Mad.
Good night, girl.
This is one of those abstract artists. A lot of his art is untitled because what do you even fucking call this? It's just splattering shit on a canvas. Like, I am terrible at drawing, like fucking terrible. And I could do this. I could do this and prescribe some made up meaning to it, and these idiots would gobble it up. Let's take a look at one of Tumad's pieces, see? I would like you to guess right now what you think this one is called, because this one actually it does have a name. It's actually pretty obvious. This one is called The Veil of Orpheus. It's actually written on the canvas right there, as well as just some random measurements. This isn't even like a rough draft. It's like the first 2 things that you would do when you're going to actually make a piece of art, and he was like, nah, that's it, there you go.
So fucking stupid.
All right, my favorite. Jackson Pollock is my least favorite artist of all time. He is the king of guy who just splatters shit on a canvas and calls it art. Jackson Pollock's greatness lies in developing one of the most radical abstract styles in the history of modern art, detaching line from color, redefining the categories of drawing and painting, and finding new means to describe pictorial space. This, of course, comes from jacksonpollock.org. That's kind of my issue with this, is that anybody could fucking do this. You at home, you can make your very own Pollock. Just throw fucking paint everywhere, and you're done. But no, you don't understand. There's this deeper meaning, and there's so much emotion. No, there's not. There's none. Fuck you. All right, let's play a game. I'm gonna show you 3 images. 2 of them are paintings by Jackson Pollock, and one of them is made using AI. Here's the first one, now the second one, and the third one. Here's all 3. I'll give you a bit of time. All right, time's up. If you guessed that it was the second painting, you'd be correct. Now, I know that you just guessed because all of them look exactly the fucking same. But hey, maybe you did guess correctly. Maybe you can tell that in the first and the third painting, you can tell that there is some sort of human intention there. Versus the second one is clearly just a bunch of random colors picked out by some AI's algorithm. All right, enough fun and games. I think you will all be delighted to know that all of those images were made using AI. All 3 of them. Actually, every image I've been showing you on screen has all been made using AI. These people aren't real. This dude's hand is fucked up. All the images I've shown you are not original Pollocks. They are all made using AI. And if you can do it, and if ChatGPT can fucking do it, nobody should be giving any credit to Jackson Pollock. It's just so fucking annoying, man. You wanna know some artists that I love? Fucking Bob Ross. Like, whenever I watch Bob Ross paint, I think to myself, I can't fucking do that. I don't have this ability to see the image before I'm painting it. I just kind of fuck around, and maybe it works and maybe it doesn't. That's kind of my point here, is that one of them I can do because it takes no talent or skill, versus the other one requires like years of training.
Look, you must complete the training. You must not go. Fuck. Jesus, fuck.
Thomas Kincaid is another example of like this sort of like pseudo-realism art style. His art is all very, very samey, but there's so much detail and intentionality in all of his images. A lot of like the cabins and houses that he draws are like very cozy and comforting, and it gives you this nice feeling of home. Like I said, all of his stuff is very, very samey, and it definitely gives off like grandma's 1,000-piece puzzle that's never finished energy. But something like this that actually requires like a practiced skill is so much better than just splattering paint on a canvas and saying how it represents like the system or like society as a whole or some bullshit. Modern art is just so fucking Caucasian. And I think a lot of people give defenses for modern art of like, well, if someone could draw inspiration or meaning from it, then it is art in and of itself, and it's very meaningful, and it's actually very deep. But like, fuck off. Like, I'm not trying to say that it's not art. Obviously, it is art, as much as I begrudgingly want to admit that. But it sucks, and it's talentless, and I think that people should have a higher standard of what they attribute meaning to. Like, I think that emotional responses are something that you should hold really, really close to the chest when it comes to art. The artists themselves should be working really, really hard to elicit an emotional response from you. Because I think that for our emotions to have value, we should kind of hold on to them and cherish them and not just give them away to some dude fucking jizzing on a canvas. And you know what? Art is subjective. Like what you want to like. I just think that you're a fucking idiot. Okay, I'm rambling. What's the point of this video? But yeah, modern art sucks. And if this keeps up, we're never gonna get another Bob Ross. We're never gonna get another Goya. We're never gonna get another Michelangelo. We're never gonna get another Da Vinci. So yeah, art is dead and we killed it. See you next time.